It wasn't supposed to rain for another hour, but we're getting this sort of pre-rain drizzle passing through. So I'm going to inspect as much as I can today, but we may have to cut this short. First thing I want to do is get into the splits and check on their progress. We want to see if there are queen cells being formed on the walkaway splits. We want to see if Queen Adrian is still in her box, and we want to see if the queen cell from Adrian's hive is still intact or it's hatched out. Also, as you can see here, I got all my resource hives set up. I have 5 now. I had 3 last year. I got 2 new ones. The first 3 over there are not in use yet. I'm just using these 2 now, but I'm hoping to fill up all 5 in the next month or so. All right, I'm gonna check the carniolan side first. This is the carniolan side. Hello. They're kind of small. That's okay. Just looking to make sure we got some queen cells in here. It's just, oh, there's one little one right up there. Oh yeah, there we go. Bunch of queen cells. I'm gonna put you right back and leave you guys alone. Everything is good. Probably could give them some more food. This is the Cornelius split, the new package split. Again, population is not huge. It looks like a lot of bees left. It looks like a lot of bees flew away. I wish it was better weather right now and I could do this. We're gonna get a huge storm in just a second here. I'm gonna try and shake some more bees in here when I get a nicer day, but we are getting dark. It's gonna get ugly here in a second. There's lightning. Ugh. All right, one more thing, and just make sure that Adrian is still in her box. We shall see. Everything just got really dark. All right, this is where I put Adrian in a couple days ago, and they've taken about 3/4 of the syrup that I left them. Just want to see if she's still in there and if she started laying yet, possibly. Oy, I don't know. No bees left in here. All right, that's the news. A lot of bees gone, but is Adrian still here? Okay, nectar. It's all nectar. And this was the brood frame. Look who's here. Adrian is here. And we have a frame of bee bread, and Adrian is in here. And it's starting to rain, but she's laying eggs, folks. She needs some population. I gotta stick another frame of brood in here for her. She needs more bees, but it is just about to pour right now. So I have to close up and get out of here. There's the thunder. Okay, we're back. I think we got a little lull in the rain. That was a pretty intense storm. So what we learned opening this hive up was that Adrian is still here, still laying eggs, and she needs more bees because a lot of the bees that I had originally put in here flew back probably to the original hive. So, and the other thing I noticed was on the other hive here, they also were very low on bees. So I'm going to be shaking nurse bees into all these nucs as I come across them during the rest of the inspection. Okay, let's start with a look at the carniolans. Woohoo! This is the second super. Drawing this all out, storing some nectar. That is just filled with nectar. The second super. All right, carniolans. I like you. Last time I was in here, they were all honey bound. They were putting all the nectar right in the brood nest, and it looks like they've stopped doing that. This is a frame I dropped in when I did the split, all drawn out, and it is covered with eggs. She's laying eggs in unfinished cells, and they're finishing them up. I do not see swarm cells or anything. This was another empty frame I put in a week ago. Let's see if they're drawing it out. And it is filled with larvae, and there is our queen. That is beautiful. She's laying into cells that are still being finished. All right, I'm gonna shake a little bit of that brood from 2 frames over into the nuc. Give them a few more bees over there. A lot of nurse bees on this frame. Looking really good. Okay, Carniolan's no sign of swarming. She's laying into the new frames. They still have a lot of area to draw out. Really nice. Okay, Cornelia. This upper super was pretty much empty a week ago. And it is not empty anymore. That is being filled very nicely. Filled with eggs and larvae. This is the frame I put in a week ago after I made the split. And it's got nectar in it. It is being drawn out nicely. They're using it to store nectar. There's a few cells down here. They are empty. Well, we got a lot of cells down here now. Okay, well, looks like we're making another split today. This is, we got swarm cups down at the bottom. Tons of swarm cells. All right. Judging by what I learned in the last video, I should probably move the queen to a nuke and leave these cells here for them to finish off and make a new queen on. So that's what I should do. I need to put her into one of those nukes over there. Let's go prepare one of the resource hives. This is going to be a Cornelia split right here. And I'm going to take 2 of these frames out of here. I'm putting in a brood frame. This is straight up wall-to-wall brood over here with a lot of nurse bees on it. And there are no swarm cells on here, so that's good. And now I'm going to put Cornelia right onto that frame. Cornelia is here. She's going into this box. Go on. Okay, she's back on that frame. She's on her frame of her bees. Here's a frame of resources and drawn out spots for her to lay. That's going in here. And we need one more resource frame in here. Okay, this is a frame of empty space, nectar, and bee bread. This is all resources, but also if they move stuff around, there's going to be space to lay in here. So Queen Cornelia is now in this hive. I'm going to leave them with a partially drawn out frame to get them started. So that's right next to where Cornelia is, so she can start laying into there. So they are all set. All right, back to the original Cornelia hive. They are now queenless, and they have swarm cells in the upper box. I'm just going to check the lower box here and see if there's anything going on down here. Huge, just solid bee bread. All right, well, they're going to have now a couple weeks with no laying queen in here. Okay, a lot of resources in here, but again, they're now queenless. Holy crap. The heck? All right, this hive is queenless, but there are many swarm cells in here, and they're going to make a new queen. Okay, Cornelia is a new split. All right, it is raining, it is dark. Looks like we got another split. We put the Cornelia queen into the blue side of the box here. The other queens need bees. I need to shake more bees in there, but I gotta get out of here. It is pouring out right now, and I gotta come up here tomorrow and try and get this done because the resource hives need population. I'm out of here. All right, back again for day 2. The rain has stopped, but the wind is here. All right, Queen Adrian. And this is no longer Queen Adrian. This is Queen Adrian's old hive. So I'm going to just take a quick break here, go back to the resource hives and see which ones need population so I can find some bees to shake in there. All right, so I just made this last night. This is Queen Cornelia, the original queen. Hoping she's still in here. Got a good amount of bees in here. They seem happy. I'm gonna leave them alone. I'm gonna bring them some syrup, but that population looks fine for a little nuke. All right, this is a Cornelia walkaway split. See what they have for population in here. Very, very few bees. There's hardly any bees in here. This was a walkaway, and I want to see if they're making cells. Oh no, there's a frame of brood in here. I hope this... Yeah, there's a frame of brood in here that is gone. Oh, that's too bad. So they left this frame. All right, that's coming out. They're trying to keep this frame warm. This may have been a fail. Yeah, that's a fail. Okay, so this was Cornelia walkaway split. And the bees look like they all took off and went back to the Cornelia hive probably, and they left behind a beautiful frame of brood, but these bees are all left behind, so I need to move them to, where should I put them? See what they have for population. A little better. Yeah, there's nectar in this hive. Do they have cells made? Yes. They've got capped queen cells in here. So queen is probably going to emerge from this hive. There's also a frame of brood right there. So, all right, I'm going to throw these bees right in there. These are probably nurse bees, not knowing what to do. All right, bees, go in there. That's a nice frame of bee bread there too. All right, go in here. That's a frame of bee bread. That's nectar. So I'm just going to give them resources. All right, so we got bees in here. These are the Carniolan bees. All right, so this side of the Cornelia did not make it. Let's check on the other two. This over here is Queen Adrian herself, and this is the Adrian queen cell that I originally put in here to make a walkaway split. Let's see if the queen cells are emerged yet and what the population looks like. There it is. Beautiful. Has yet to emerge, but that is a big peanut right there. That is going to be a nice queen. All right. There's two more queen cells too, but those aren't going to make it once that comes out. All right, they need some bees in here too. So I'm going to shake some Adrian bees in here from the Adrian hive. And I also know that Queen Adrian could use some bees too, because there's hardly any bees in here. But Queen Adrian is in there. So these are all Adrian bees. So let's go get some Adrian bees and just shake them in. Right across. Look at her. She's just right there. She needs bees. She's got a little cluster right around her. Okay, this is Queen Adrian's old hive. I'm going to pull a frame of brood out of here and give it to the Adrian walkaway split. Remember, this is the hive that had all the queen cells that I left behind, so they should be making a queen in here, but this hive is so packed. I mean, it's got 2 supers, it's full of bees. I need to get some nurse bees in both of those sides of that resource hive. There are so many queen cells on this hive. Wow. These got to be all nurse bees on this. They're all just hanging out on an empty frame. So I'm going to throw these bees in that. I'm just going to shake this whole thing right in. So I just took a bunch of bees from these frames. This hive has got probably 20 queen cells in it and a ton of resources. They're all set. They've got packed supers. So they're making a queen in here. They're on their own now. Now back over here, I just shook a bunch of population into these hives. They all came from the same hive. They're all from Adrian. So everything should smell familiar. You gotta pick a side. Pick a side. Queen Adrian is over here, and her swarm cells are over here. Some of these bees are gonna fly away, but some are gonna stay. And now Adrian has a lot more bees in here. All right, I think I did all right. I think everyone needs a little bit of food. I think they all could use some syrup. All right, so now I tried 5 walkaway splits, 1 failed. Originally, I did a walkaway of Cornelia, which failed, and I lost a frame and like a quarter of brood. So I'm gonna put those in the freezer and stick them in a hive and see what happens, and maybe they'll clean them out and reuse the frames. So Cornelia walkaway split original failed, but Cornelia, the queen, was looking to swarm from her full-size hive. I put her into her own box. So Cornelia is now in the blue box, and she has her own little nuke. Adrian was looking to swarm. I put her swarm cells in the left side of the purple box here. Then I messed that up, and I put her herself in the right side of the purple box. So that is an all Adrian box over there. And I just shook a ton of bees into that box, so hopefully I built up the population, because both of those hives were looking kind of small. The remaining yellow box is the walkaway from the Carniolan hive, and they are looking fine. They have queen cells, they have population, they're good. Everyone's gonna get food now, but everyone seems to have, as of right now, pretty good population in the boxes. All right, so as far as the overall strength of the bee yard, the Cornelia hive is slamming, the Adrian hive is slamming. Adrian hive is making a queen though, so they're kind of on their own. The Carniolan hive is slamming, and the queen's still in there. She's building up, and I added another super there, so they're doing great. The Balboa, hanging on. Russians probably could use a super, but I think I'm going to let them swarm or do whatever they're doing. I think they're either superseding or they're going to swarm. But that hive's going to get a reset, and I'm just going to let them do their own thing. All the other hives are just building steady. It's just been a cool spring, you know. It's been raining a lot, and the weather we have not had heat yet. So the hives are just kind of, you know, they're building, but it's slow and steady. Nothing's exploding yet, but you know, we need some heat. So that's it. That's what's going on. And if anybody is still asking about the Flow Hive Super, there's just no hive at this point right now that could use a Flow Hive. The flow that we had, the flow that we were going to have this spring is winding down. So I just planted 150 pounds of seeds in the field, and I have a feeling we're going to get a little bit of a July nectar flow this year. So I'm going to try the Flow Hive, but it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen right now. But once all these flowers start to bloom in the field, I'm gonna put it on a hive. I'm gonna put it on the strongest hive and see what happens. So that's the deal. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.